What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Today is a celebratory day. Of course, it's not done yet, but Dusan Vlahovic is going to be a Bianconero. He is going to be a Juventus player, and hopefully he will strive to make Juventus be even greater when it comes to finishing out the rest of the season. There's more players we got to talk about when it comes to the transfer market. Some guys are going out. Could there be another player coming in? Stick with us. We'll fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos and everything that's going on, as well as it pertains to the mercato. But we're going to have a lot more going on when it comes to Juventus throughout the rest of the season, especially given how exciting this has turned out to be for the Juventus club. First off, let's just go ahead and just jump into it with the news that we have for you today. And of course, we got to start with my boy, the deuce is loose, Dusan Vlahovic. And Romeo Negresti is saying that Vlahovic will sign a 4.5-year contract with Juventus at 7 million euros per season. For Fiorentina, between the fixed part and bonuses, will get them around 75 million euros. So they did pretty well for themselves as well. What did we learn today? What did we learn? I think we're all learning this. How do I say this? Because there's some information that's still factual when it comes to the monetary standings of Juventus. But when it comes to the club and when it comes to their money, maybe we all don't really know as much as we think we do, right? We just know we know what is put out there. And I just stumbled over my words, but it's fine. We know what's put out there. We know that all we hear about is just about the debt that's being consumed by Juventus, just all the overwhelming debt that Juve has. Well, I'm not saying that ain't true, but they find a way around it. Obviously, there was some money there sitting, and I was wondering this back in during the summer mercato, because we've been talking about how there's no money. But overall, what about all the money that was supposed to go to our boy Ronaldo, right? Ronaldo, who's going to be here, who's making an exorbitant amount of wages. All that money had to go somewhere. Well, he went to Manchester United, so now, Juve didn't have to pay that, and that's where that money can be allocated, which is wonderful. I want to say also, there's something that I read into this, and we'll talk more if I do a live with you guys in the maybe in the next coming hours or the next coming days. But something that really sticks out to me is that this, to me, is a huge moment for the management. I kind of view this, and this is a little bit cheesy, and I usually would roll my eyes at anybody saying this, but to me, this feels like a moment that is a love letter to the fans of Juventus. And when I say that, what do I mean is basically Juve, we've been hearing all the negative stuff of we can't afford this, we can't do this, Juve can't do this, Juve can't do that. Well, guess what? This is the management really ponying up and saying, guys, we're committed to you, the fans. We're committed to winning. This is not just about us making money as a club. This is also about us winning and you guys enjoying being Juventus fans, having pride in the shirt that you wear, having pride going on here and talking about it each and every day. So credit where credit's due. I want to give credit to the management in getting this done and really saying that this matters now. I'm not going to wait, because not just the signing of Vlahovic, but the signing of Vlahovic in January. To me, that's unprecedented when it comes to Juventus really getting a player of this magnitude in the winter mercado. Obviously, some things had to fall into place that worked out perfectly when it comes to Fiorentina, and they're being a little bit hamstring when it comes to, Vlahovic's situation and Vlahovic wanting Juve and shunning Arsenal and Arsenal fans crying. But at the same time, it couldn't have worked out more beautifully and better for Juventus fans than to say, guys, we're committed to this. We're not just looking to 2023. We're looking to 2022 and getting something done here and now. Is it likely that Juve will go out and win the Scudetto right now? No. Let's be honest. I mean, there's a big gap there with what Inter has right now. But Juve has got a good path ahead of them to solidify their spot in the top four. Not worry about losing Champions League, which is still a worry, but we're way more equipped now than we were just days ago. Anyway, that's my thoughts when it comes to Vlahovic. I wanted to talk about it. I have a lot more to really go on that I can really talk about later. But I'm really, obviously, I feel like every fan, if you're a Juventus fan, should be pretty hyped up on this right now. Let's move on to the next topic of the day. And of course, that is talking about Adios Morata. And when I say this, I don't want to say it haphazardly or, harshly when it comes to Morata, because I personally love Morata. I like him as a player. I like him as a person. Unfortunately, though, he's not the level that Juve needed. Juve needed that next level guy, and that's what Vlahovic is. Vlahovic is being touted to be the next, big time striker. We went from one Capo Caninieri last year to probably the Capo Caninieri for this year. So that's what we're looking at. Mirko De Natale is reporting saying that Morata, on him, the intention of Barcelona is to try until the last day of the market. It is more than worth monitoring. So we'll see how that pans out. I also don't know off the top of my head right now while I'm shooting this video the exact how the negotiations work. If it works, I guess if they have to work some part through Juventus because it's the remainder of the season, but then obviously the rest through sorry. Why am I blanking on it right now? Madrid. Yeah, with Madrid over there to try to get it situated exactly how that'll work out for them to end up paying, whatever it is that they want to end up getting him on loan, and then however deal that works out with them. Anyway, we'll see how that pans out, but it looks like right now that he will not be staying. All right. Anyway, let's move on from there. Telegraph football. It's funny when you get in front of a camera, right, and then you forget just the basic names of teams, right? It's crazy. Anyway, ignore me. Anyway, Telegraph football out here is saying that Aston Villa are hoping to agree with Juventus on a $22 million or million euro, not dollar, fee to sign Bentancur. So now we're talking about Bentancur possibly moving as well. Kind of interesting, especially given that Bentancur has had a solid last 2 games for Juventus. We're going to get to some other aspects and how that can affect the makeup of Juventus' midfield. But I think a lot of people have been pretty harsh on Bentancur, and I myself have as well. When I say that doesn't really change my perspective of that. I want him to stay really for much longer. I think he's had 2 good games, but I need proof that he can do more than that. And right now, I think you've had more than enough time to prove that. But what also kind of is odd to me, and of course, I don't know how this will pan out, but Aston Villa, does that really seem? I don't know if that really seems like the location, or Aston Villa, or whatever, however you say it, since it's Premier. But I don't really know if that seems like a location to me that makes sense for him to end up at, especially if you're Bentancur that you would choose that, which goes on to the other parts of this. So let me go ahead and read into that. Omblano, Juventus, Elvin DF are all reporting saying that the offer of Aston Villa for the number Bentancur has arrived. The Uruguayan is negotiating with the English club, as we know. All right, and then the final part of this, and this is the part that I really wanted to get to, was Romeo Agresti commenting on it, saying that Bentancur, Aston Villa are about to make an official bid. The ball is now in Juventus's court. It depends on the player too. So yeah, as it stands right now, it's all up to Juventus and for Bentancur to make this decision if they're willing to send him off and play him or to get him moving. We know Juventus need to move some players. Is this the time for Bentancur? And right now, obviously, we know that there's the 35% right now Boca Juniors clause. It doesn't matter at this point. It's going to come out whenever you sell him anyway. So it seems like if you're Juventus, it seems like a prime opportunity to move him. But again, I'm just doubtful to see if right now it depends on the player. If you're Bentancur, I don't know what kind of motivation I would have to want to go to play for AVFC. That's me personally. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe he thinks he can get better playing time. Maybe he thinks it's a better system. Maybe he thinks playing for an English club will do it. We'll see. All right. Moving on from there, let's talk about the other midfielder we have right now that could be on the move, and that is Archer as well. Marco Cantero is saying that Juventus will pick up talks with Arsenal today over Archer. They must make a better offer, especially the option to buy. So we'll see how it ends up panning out. If Arsenal ends up really wanting Archer, maybe Juventus can help mend their broken hearts following them not getting Vlahovic. And if you've been on the internet at all, Arsenal fans or AFT, all the other stuff that goes along with an Arsenal fan blog, 69, whatever it is, they've been losing it since yesterday after Juve what's it called? Juve basically all but sealed the deal when it came to getting their man and Dusan Vlahovic. Now it's we don't want to we don't want to panic buy. Okay, guys, we get it. I mean, also you have to feel for them. 2 times in a row, and Juve does this to them with Locatelli and now with Dusan Vlahovic. So we'll see how it pans out for them. Hopefully, they'll be willing to pony up a little bit more money for Artur. But then that also takes me to the question and the idea of, do you get rid of both, or do you get rid of one of Bentancur or Artur? Which one do you send off? We had a little bit of a debate before. I think if you're thinking under Allegri in the way that he thinks, maybe Bentancur would be the better player to remain at Juventus, just because he works a little bit better in what Allegri plans on doing. My personal opinion is, even though he doesn't work exactly perfectly, and then he also has maybe some, unavailability issues, injuries, whatever have you, that goes along with Artur right now at this moment. I personally feel like Artur works better, not under Allegri's system, but really just working on your key piece to the midfield, which to me, your key piece to the midfield is Manuel Locatelli. And Manuel Locatelli has sometimes struggled because they've kept him back. He's playing a lot farther back than he needs to be playing to really be utilized to his skill set. But when you bring in Artur out there, he really unlocks Manuel Locatelli, and we've seen what he's been able to do the last few weeks when they were playing together, and that's something that I really want to see a lot more of. It would be unfortunate if we don't get to see that. I really want to see the pairing of Artur, Locatelli, and then maybe even like McKennie in there with them. A lot more of that being used actively, but we'll see how it pans out. I guess it all really determines on what the coach really thinks will work best for his system. All right, moving on, though, we have one name that Juventus, all of a sudden, sorry, I don't know what that was, Juventus could bring in. Again, my voice is still gone, so we're doing what I can with this. I sound like, guys, everybody always says I sound like Seth Rogen, so maybe it's even more like it today. Gianluca Di Marzio is talking about who Juventus could bring in, and now this one came out of nowhere, and that was about Nandez from Cagliari, saying that Juventus are serious about bringing in Nandez, a player who could leave to make room for the transfer is Artur. So that's an interesting one. I know Inter have been pretty keen on him. He's been a pretty strong target for them. I also saw some rumor about potentially Inter getting Gosens. If that's true, I'm sorry to all of our fans out there who've been pushing for Gosens for so long. He's not coming. I think we got a pretty good deal in Vlahovic, so personally. Anyway, as it stands right now, that could be a player to bring in if Artur were to leave, or I guess even maybe if Bentancur were to leave. It's kind of a surprising one. I don't know how much stock I really put into this player, or think that he's going to be that great of an option for Juventus moving forward. I kind of still think maybe going along the lines of Zakaria, though Zakaria really probably sounds like he doesn't want to make a decision until the summer to move. So maybe that's really what's keeping that from happening. Going on that, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next part, though, which is the second part, which is Luca Bianchi is saying that Cagliari are asking 2 million euros alone plus 15 million for Nandez, and Juve won't buy the player at these conditions, so it seems unlikely, but that's a name that's really been floated out there. We'll see if anything changes, if they come down on their number. They said they won't buy at these conditions. Nandez is an option on loan if a midfielder leaves. No news for today from Artur and Bentancur. So right now, there's the other part that I want to bring to this. As it stands, we'll just say we'll close it when it comes to Nandez. When it stands right now, Nandez seems less likely that he'll end up coming because of these parameters around it. But let me know if I'm being ridiculous with this here. But the news today about Artur and Bentancur moving, are we gonna have to end up losing one or both of them because Ramsey's not leaving? Because Ramsey won't get off the pot and bleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting frustrating. Ramsey's not going. That was the one guy we, quote unquote, knew would be leaving in this mercato. And there he is, still sitting there, still causing problems, still, causing a wage block or whatever have you right now. And, it'd be a little bit frustrating if you didn't have to lose Artur right now, but you do it because Ramsey isn't going. It's one of those things shoot your foot to whatever, spite you or whatever. Oh, whatever the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bit frustrating. Ramsey, go. please leave. But at the same time, I also understand with these other midfielders, if we can bring in a big-time midfielder, or not even a big-time midfielder, but somebody who will bring in a shot at an injection. I already said that. I already used that analogy for what I'm saying. That's what Vlahovic definitely is doing with the striker room. He's definitely injecting that bit of momentum and excitement for the club right now. But especially if you can get somebody else like that to do that similarly for the midfield as well. Obviously, Vlahovic is a different level than what I'm talking about for here to bring in. But if you can bring somebody in there to give us some stability and some creativity and somebody who can move the freaking ball forward. Just move the freaking ball down the field. That's all I ask. Get us in range where somebody can at least take a shot on freaking goal. That's all I ask. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Maybe not for today, but that'll do it for this daily video right now. We'll see if anything comes up. Don't worry, we'll keep you covered as the day progresses and everything else comes on. Just make sure you stay tuned. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that good stuff. We appreciate all of our new subscribers and everybody that continues to help and grow our community here. We appreciate you all. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Make sure you follow us at Bianconeri on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you feel so inclined, make sure you follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter as well. We have all those links in the description down below. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri. Deuce is loose.